fight the power like Big Chuck.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
The Bakushi is the master of illusion. And if everyone believes the illusion, it becomes reality. Bakushi thinks he's won the game, but he didn't count on a pinch hitter.
All is continuous vibration, always in motion. Conductor of energy, assault in the ocean. Serpent is the sine wave, polarities interwoven. A chemical sorcery, elixirs and potions. Resonant frequencies, molecular explosions. Your daily programs is heavy doses of hypnosis. People walk around blind even though their eyes are open. No time for ideological salesmen with biblical notions. That box in your room, televised lies through your vision. It doesn't matter your race, status, or religion. The longer I have to beat you when your mind is locked in prison. That food is filled with toxins, it's why you can't think clear. Illusion of choice is your option while keeping all in fear. Load up all your weaponry, the revolution is here. I said load up all your weaponry, the revolution is here.
We ain't in the same place, or occupy the same space. So get the fuck out my face.
In the instant, I changed the mission with photosynthesis. Witness the synthesis, rip it in this on instruments. Feel the frequency, energy off this Hennessy synergy. Literally those that take us to infinity. Reading articles, all is horrible, calling audibles. I'm remarkable, I shot a fed at a carnival. Dust and particles, follicles gon' be everywhere. Heavy pair of some pistols, I shot them holding that teddy bear. Fuck the system, let's keep it simple, let's raise the temple. Make them triple while you're going to where they all assemble. Not Avengers, I'm the Avenger, I seek the injure. Kept my temper till I stuck the hidden blade up in her. Fuck the ruler, here's what they doing to you. Poison water in the food is what you put into you. I'm the shooter with new maneuvers. Caught back to Ruger, super trooper. He is gonna need a pooper scooper. The revenge of Montezuma. Rocking my Pumas, uppercut like a Kuma, sending you straight to Luna. Cosmic verses from universes on new excursions, emerging the virgin. I pull the back the iron curtain. War leaders are war eaters, born cheaters, war sneakers, rearrange their core features. Born reaper, hurricane, the sword keeper, form ether, burn all of the mold geezers. Up in government, parliament, bitch, I'm tarnishing arguments, ain't no bargaining, throw a bomb in the audience. I'm the guardian, strange you all in the cardigan, rearrange the universe, I am the artisan.
We ain't in the same place, or occupy the same space. So get the fuck out my face.
As a king, fighting the spirit of Mesa King, vibing to my queen, playing the tambourine, while I'm eating the tangerine. My plasma was replaced with gasoline, got the blood of the Elohim, manifesting through a dream, a shit you never seen. I got the eyes of Medusa, and the hands of Wolverine, astral project with my inner being. We locked in the inner ring, hoping the Anunnaki intervene. While the world is under siege, they got an abyss under the sea, living underneath. Lightning struck me standing under a tree while I was crumbling weed, and an angel swooped down, put me under her wing. Now she shields me from my desires the devil brings. Say my name in vain and you will never bleed. Say my name in vain and you will never bleed.
The Bakushi is the master of illusion. And if everyone believes the illusion, it becomes reality.
It's that new beat right here, boy. I made this beat. This shit about to go hard. About to put my verse down to this today. feel so gifted, I feel so uplifted. Eat that. That's it. You just get a little sample of that. Ain't nobody making beats like that. Look at, he's hearing my beat right now. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, 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 oh. Look, the Jews even like when I rhyme. Oh, let's get it. I'm a Jew praying to the wall, hoping one day my God will call, but it won't happen. I know, I shouldn't make fun of people, right? Nah, I don't like that. Imagine your wife looked like that. Fuck. Black sand. I'll stick with this. Not better yet. I like this one. All right. It's Sunday and the sun ain't out here. Fucks up with that. I got to see if that song's done. I think Sir Drop put his verse down. I didn't change my verse. I'm just going to leave it. I already know people are going to be like, nah, that ain't what's it, but it's all good. To be honest, I'm too lazy to change it. It is what it is, or it is what it was. Candy put the funniest fucking post I've ever seen, man. Whoever came out, I should have screenshotted it, but y'all can go to her post and look at it. It's a picture of Trump and the Israel guy, and it says draining the swamp and Trump sucking his pole. Yo, it's so hilarious, man. Whoever created that, salutes to them. That shit's fucking hilarious. Man, he's draining the swamp, all right. Yup. You know, I think personally why they started this war is because someone made a pretty good point. I don't know, you know, whatever. They speculated on the situation and said, with all the pedophile shit coming out, you know, I think that was Trump's biggest urgent to get into office, was to try to sweep it under the rug, which they did. Most of it they did. And now they're distracting people with a war. You know, all that fighting terrorists, foreign and domestic, is crap. You know, they fight fake terrorists on foreign land, and the real terrorists are domestic. on our own homeland, and the military don't do nothing about that. So that's all hypocritical garbage. And more young men and women are gonna die, you know, fighting for this fucking loser while his pockets get thicker, you know. But it is what it is, man. People need to realize what they're doing. When you sign on that dotted line to the government, they own you, literally. And I'll be goddamn. But that don't mean you can't lay down your weapons. I was going to look for that picture, but I don't think they would have that in Google. Yeah, Trump tweeted son to the extent of we're about to be rich, meaning him and his cronies off the barrels of oil. And I don't know. I don't know why I even invest my time to looking at that garbage. When people want to do something about it, y'all know where to find me, man. But other than that, I'm slowly backing away from all this shit. You know what I mean? When people are serious about doing something, you know where to find the God. But other than that, I'm tired of talking. And that's that. And too bad I don't know how to read. Is that German? Damn, I should pull up Candy's post, man. That shit was a good post. What's up, Tommy? That was a very good post that Candy put. People should show Candy more love, man. You know, people are so quick to judge people. You know, one thing I've learned in life is never judge a book by its cover. That's a deep fucking quote. You know, people would judge someone because they're homeless or a bum, but that's a whole person within. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here preaching. But yeah, Candy had some good posts, man. They made me laugh and they opened my eyes to a few things. So it's like getting 2 for 1. I should have screenshotted it. I just might before hopefully they don't take that down. Draining the swamp. I want to know who made that post. That's just fucking hilarious. She got this picture and it says draining the swamp, Tommy, and fucking Trump sucking Israel's dong. You know, the guy that runs Israel. It would be funny if the whole United States told Israel to go fuck themselves. It would even be more funny if the soldiers all went AWOL and wouldn't go fight the war, but that won't happen. Because people still support Trump even though he lied right into people's faces. But you gotta expect that from a fucking garbage bag. Even I seen an email yesterday from those files, and allegedly Epstein even said Trump's a piece of shit in the fucking email. He said Trump is garbage. He said you can't trust Trump in the email. I'm gonna see if I could find that. The guy Brian from Here's the Deal was showing some emails. Yeah, even his boy Epstein said Trump's garbage, man. He's a piece of shit. I believe it. I truly do. Because he couldn't wait to show his true colors. How much you want to bet he'll get in the third term? He could be vice president, right? And then all that has to happen is something happens to the president, and boom, he'll be president again. That's one way they could do it. Man, I really hope that don't happen. But to be honest, does it really matter what face is up there? No, it don't. But you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like, people be like, if you don't like it, leave. Why? Why should I leave? How about we fucking do something about it? Leave. What? Well, people are bugged out, man. Yeah, I like Candy's channel. Candy's good people's. She's one of the few, that'll call me up and ask how I'm doing. Nobody really does that. Shit. After dying, I don't live in fear. You know why? Because for the most part, I didn't know I was dead. I can't explain the state I was in. I couldn't say it was death, and I couldn't say it was living. It was weird. I can't explain it, man. It's very difficult to put into words. It's almost like I was in a computer, like a cloud and shit. What's up, Three Fingers? It's good to see you. You haven't been here in a minute. Yeah, I wanted to get more into this militarization of the police. I forgot who they made such a good point. The militarization of the police is martial law. They were on point. I forgot who said that the other day. I had that picture. I don't know if it'll fit on the screen. Let me see. It literally shows, like, I don't even like to call them police no more. Because it's the military. I wish the cops would fucking do that shit to me, man. I could use some money. I'll sue them so fucking fast, it wouldn't even be funny. But I don't ever have that luck, man. The cops just look at me and walk away like they know I ain't fucking with this dude. I don't know. Maybe it's the look I give them. But, yeah. I don't have the luck of them approaching me. Now, that's how I remember the cops in 95. But I'll tell you one thing. Cops back then, yeah, there was crooked ones, but most, you know, there was a, you know, I don't want to say good cops, but there was cops that had respect, and they respected your so-called rights. Like, they weren't ID hungry fucking savages, you know. Nowadays cops are like IDs are like crack cocaine to them, yo. They, you know, and if you don't give them your ID because you don't have to, you know, they want to escalate the situation, which is a good thing because you could get paid. Why not? But yeah, nowadays, if you get pulled over and you're in the driver's seat or the back seat, best believe they're gonna ask for your IDs. Back in the 90s, they wouldn't do that. They would only ask the driver. They wouldn't even really bother the people in the passenger, because I've been through it. Or it was like a seesaw, you know what I mean? I've had cops see me walking down the street and jump out and search me because the cop knew that I'd always have weed or drugs on me. But nowadays, all cops are scum. Every last one of them. And they talk about officer safety. That makes me laugh. Like, bro, you got a vest on. You got fucking, who knows what's in their trunk, you know? I'm pretty sure they have shotguns that are automatic, but I'm pretty sure they got some nice weaponry in the trunk that, you know, some hollows tip bullets. Some, what you call armor piercing bullets. They got all types of shit on them. And you're talking about, and the funniest thing about cops is they say for my safety, but last time I checked, I thought they were there for the citizen's safety. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. But if people can't tell by now, I can't stand police. And I don't respect them. I never need their help. I don't care if fucking guy had a car full of ammunition and he was lighting shit up. I still won't need their help. Well, who was that? I forgot what state this was in. There's a guy, as a matter of fact, that had crazy, I think he had a rifle. And I'm gonna look for this in a minute, this because it just recently happened. I think it was in Texas. The son happened where the guy was like, I don't know if it was at a police station or where it was, but the guy was busting at the cops, and this guy with a handgun came along that could legally carry, and he fucking killed the guy, and he had rifles. And he went up to the guy to pick the rifle up to move it away from him, and the cops gunned him down. After that dude just saved all their lives, the cops gunned the fucking guy down. And he said it was because he picked the rifle up. He was moving it from the fucking guy. Like, this is the type of shit that happens in America, yo, with pigs. Homeboy just saved your life, and you fucking shoot him in the back and kill him. I gotta find that story. It just recently happened, like I said. When I heard that, I said, man, I wasn't even like surprised. I was just like, but that's proof right there that we don't need police. Citizens can handle their own business, you know. Police make it worse. Well, number one, they're scared to fucking stand their ground, you know. Look at these situations with these so-called school incidents. They were pussy. They didn't even want to go into school. And that could be for other reasons too, because it wasn't real. You know, those situations could have been fake as fuck. I think I'm gonna shit on cops today until somebody comes up and changes the topic. Other than that, let me look for that story. That's what I want to look for. I want to know that guy's name. Damn. I swear it might have been Texas. Brian on Here's the Deal did a good video on it. Oh no. Are you fucking kidding me? Blizzard warning, issue the forfeit. Yo, this better not be for hair. Phew, thank God it's in Michigan. Fuck. What's up, Puma? Okay. Nah, this can't be right. Yeah, 2021. Come on, Puma. You're in heat. Go out there. Hold on. I thought this was recently. Hold up. Come on. Cat's driving me nuts. Let me see. Johnson, Daquan Johnson. Body cam leading up to the. I don't know what the guy's name is. Fuck, I should have wrote it down for notes. No, that couldn't be it either. Colorado man. If anybody knows, let me know. It says a specific incident matching your description occurred in Arvada, Colorado in June of 2021, where a bystander who intervened in the shooting was fatally shot by a responding police officer. Yeah, that might be it. Let's see if I could look into this more. Police Samaritan killed Colorado gunman, then was shot by police. What was his name? Yup, John Hurley. That's him. John motherfucking Hurley, man. Yup. Low IQ dimwits. Dude. The fuck? Sometime today. Now there's two of me up here. Anyway, all right. So this is what I found. Oh shit! I got my fucking. How is my location on? That's weird. Never have my location on. So this is the guy right here. You know, that's the thing about cops. Instead of I thought the cops was already there, and he showed up and saved the cops because they couldn't do their duty. And this dude had just a handgun, and one shot, he bing bong took him out. So it says right here, you know, you can't trust these. You know, it's the same thing as the Newsies articles. It says Good Samaritan John Hurley was holding the suspect's AR-15 rifle when an officer arrived. And you know what else I've noticed too lately? That's all these incidents. So many incidents lately are all AR-15s, rifles. And I think that's a little odd considering they're cracking down on legal citizens carrying rifles. Not on criminals, on legal citizens, right? That can legally carry. They want to fuck off their rights. But the criminals, nah, nothing. You gotta love politicians, man. Those are your boys, not mine. What's up, Eyes Wide Shut? Hey, Kismet, the real Watt Life. I think you were live the other day, Watt Life. I was watching some of your live stream. Not the other day, but the world is big enough for two of me. Man, imagine if I had a son. Fuck. The world would be a better place when he grew up. But yeah. Damn, it wasn't that long ago though. Watt Life, you were alive. But yeah, when I heard this story, I didn't realize it was that many years ago, 5 years ago. So maybe I heard it then and I forgot about it, but it just blew my mind that the dude just saved people from some nutbag. And they shoot him in his back and kill him. Instead of the cop probably arrived, jumped out, and shot him. Didn't even like ask questions or nothing. Now, my question is, how was he holding the rifle? Right? Was he aiming it? I doubt it. I bet you he wasn't aiming the rifle. I bet you he was just holding it. So you're going to jump out and shoot him. Don't ask no questions. I bet you. I almost can guarantee it that he wasn't holding it like he was shooting it. I bet you he was just like had it in his hand. It was someone they had to explain, or it was someone they had to explain a body for. Were there witnesses that saw him take out the shooter? That's what I was thinking too. There had to been. Because when I haven't read up on it fully, but I just seen this on Here's the Deal's channel. Brian, he did a video on it. And the way he was explaining was I think this guy was literally passing by or something to that. And the guy was shooting, or he had people held up. And this guy jumps out his car and takes care of the fucking shooter with a pistol. Which is odd. So yeah, people had to have seen that. And that's what I mean about the police. Like, I highly doubt when the guy took the rifle from the guy he shot, I highly doubt he was going to stand there with the rifle pointing it, you know? He probably had it in his hand. He was holding it. But that's what I mean about police with low IQs. And their excuse would be, oh, we got a call of a shooter, you know, and I arrived. And I mean, come on. That's why calling the police is a no-no, because their first thought is to shoot somebody, not to figure out what's going on. To just arrive, jump out, and shoot. This barbaric action. Like, if you really look into the cops, they're not making communities better. They're terrorizing them. And that's facts. Like, the more I watch these videos, like, the color of law for traffic is fucking terroristic shit, man. Like, it's the things they pull people over for and then ticket them. It's insane. Like, are you kidding me? It makes, you know, I don't know. It's just wild to me. I pulled you over, sir, because you didn't sit at the stop sign for 3 seconds. What? I've seen some crazy shit, man, in these videos. I couldn't remember when the Patriot Act. Truthfully, I didn't know what it was for years. But people would talk to me about it. I didn't know what they were talking about, and they would tell me, yeah, they signed in laws to militarize the police, and I never thought in a million years it would be this bad. And they might use the tactic, you know. They'll say, oh, well, you know, humans make mistakes, but robots won't. I guarantee you they're going to use that to sell that package. I bet you. But the problem with that is they have this AI. I just seen a video where the guy was using, I think it was AI recognition. And they scanned the dude. And it confused them for somebody else. The AI recognition or some shit. It said he was somebody else and he wasn't. So yeah, that goes to show that's going to be trash too. To be honest, I don't think police are really needed, man. The news blows stuff up like people are outside shooting each other all day long, which is false. I think that's why they do a lot of these incidents, is because they want to keep people in fear and keep people thinking they need the police, or we need the government, or we need the military. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it, you know. Either way, I'm still going to live my life the way I want to, with them there, without them there. Wonder if these cinnamon sticks are fucking a load of crap. I bought some cinnamon sticks. I don't know, man. They just don't seem official. They're not strong. Not the prison suitcase. Chillster Deluxe said, end up with 20 years stuffed up your arse for weed. Yo, I'm talking about 20 years for weed. I watched some guy, I forgot his name. He lives in Cali. He got arrested for marijuana in the 70s. And the only reason he got out was because of the laws that changed. This dude did like fucking 35 years or some shit in prison for weed. You know, a nonviolent crime, a plant. And he was on some of the hardest fucking prisons too. Like, this is the type of shit, yo, that blows people's mind. Like, me too. Marijuana, me getting arrested for marijuana ruined my fucking life. Like, it ruined my record. Oh my God. I got arrested so many fucking times for weed. It's ridiculous. And then the government wants to legalize it. And then I gotta pay them to smoke weed and get. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not paying the government to smoke weed. Government got some balls, man. What's up, Max? I was wondering what happened to you. You know, I gotta make a t-shirt. If the government does it, it's all right. If you do it, it's illegal. I gotta figure out a slogan for that. You know, if you sell weed, it's illegal. But since the government says it's all right, they could open up shops. You know. Yeah, I never used my prison suitcase. I remember people used to tell me if I went to prison, if a gang said you gotta fucking put drugs in your suitcase, you have to do it. Like, get the fuck out of here. I would fight for my life before shoving fucking, like, some of these videos people make. Who would want to, like, some of these videos I've watched, the people say that there's people that volunteer for that shit. Who the fuck is gonna volunteer to stick a condom worth of weed up their ass? Like, you gotta be a fucking Fruit Loop. And that cannot be comfortable.
Either that or you don't want to get your ass kicked.
Hey, I'd rather fight than shove that up my ass. But I've been to prison.
There's some big dudes in prison that can pretty much.
Yeah, that is true.
A couple of punches, man.
Yeah, there was some.
I'd rather have a
guys
presence with those guys than fight with them.
No, there was some. Even in county, there were some guys that were big. They were huge, man. Diesel.
Yeah.
I could tell they've been doing some stunts a few times. I would just avoid people like that. But some of them are cool.
Yeah.
But
well, in prison, you don't have any room to maneuver. So even if you're a small guy, you can just get cornered. And that's not
true.
Small guy.
Like, people say, man, I would have did this, I would have did that, man. They'll send 6-7 guys on you.
Yeah, you ain't got the room. You know, if you're out in public, you might be able to skitter around, punch a couple guys, make some damage. But in prison, you got no room to maneuver.
I made it through prison. I just minded my business.
Yeah.
And I created my own routine, and I worked. See, if you're in a gang, you can't work. That
would keep you out of a lot of trouble working.
They look down on people who work. A lot of the organizations, Some might let you, if you're a strong individual and you're gonna do you regardless. But if you join a gang because you want protection or you're just a pussy, they're gonna boss you around. You're just gonna get stepped all over. But yeah, they look down on it. I don't give a fuck. I didn't have people sending me money. I had to get it the way I can get it. So I worked.
Yeah. Well,
and it made my days fly by.
I don't know what I'd do.
Outside
I would just try to avoid getting ass raped by whatever means I could.
Kismet said, "My ass equals exit only."
Yeah. Right.
They'd meet a feral cat that'll scratch their eyes out. I've learned a lot in prison. Like, some people do some wild shit, man. Like,
yeah.
I've met a lot of good people that were smart and intelligent with electronics. They could take apart electronic, and somehow they would solder wires and all this shit. And I'm wondering, where the fuck are they getting these lighters and all this stuff to do this stuff?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, people even go to like just the homeless shelters and get raped there. Get your shit stolen, get beat up.
When I was in, granted, I wasn't on no fucking level 4 prison, right? Now, county is a level 4 or 5. I hated dorms. I love being in the cell, just for the fact that I don't want to be around men all the time. When you're in the dorms, literally, you look to your left, there's somebody laying right there. You look to your right, there's someone. It's like, yo, what the fuck? It's the worst. But when I was in the cell block, I liked it better. Because you have more time to yourself in the cell. You're not around in the cell blocks. In the dorms, there's 180 people in each dorm. So just imagine that. Right? You got 4 showers on each side with 180 men. Yeah. And if you get a magazine in the mail, best believe 70 people are going to ask to read it. Now, you can't have anything in there. You just have to be a tough person to tell people no. But, fuck prison. America, the greatest country in the world with the most prisons. Yeah, I can't believe we're at fucking war again, man.
No, we're not at war. No. Apparently we're not. I don't know. We don't want to call it a war.
I don't know. Maybe it's another scam so they could up the oil prices.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Pretty sure they're killing people. They like to do that. So.
No, we're not at war. I said that wrong. Trump and his cronies are. I feel bad somewhat for the young men and women, who join the military. I kind of feel bad for them a little bit. But then again, they know what they sign up for, man. They said Trump bombed a school that had women and children in it.
Yeah, they confirmed that. The school was connected basically to a military base because the people at the military base sent their kids to that school. So it was right adjacent.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's a war crime. Bush did it. Obama did it. Biden, Clinton, all of them are involved. And All those people should be in prison or executed for treason. They've all committed treason on our country. You know, getting kickbacks from China. When you're in office or in politics, you could look these laws up. You're not supposed to take money from other countries when you're in office. It don't matter if you're a mayor, any political position. You're not supposed to take money. And yet they're taking all types of money from all these people.
Yeah, Obama opened that up for them. Allowed them to do trades, take basically bribe money from other countries, call it political campaigns.
Yeah. Like Israel tries to act so innocent, those fake Jewish people. They try to act so innocent, you know. How dare you talk about me? You know, like they're supreme. They're the chosen ones. Get the fuck, chosen idiot.
People
I
are
feel
waking
bad
up.
for all the good Jewish people, man. I know a lot of good Jewish people.
Yeah.
But like I say, there's scum everywhere.
Well, any Christian is the new Jew. That's the covenant is for the Gentiles now, because the Jews rejected it.
They just did a sacrifice with the heifer.
Yeah.
Tupac had a song.
Yeah, half of the Jews know that they don't belong there, right? Half of the Jews live in other countries and won't go back because they know that they've been exiled.
Come to find out, the Jews started when World War II happened. What's covered up is the Jewish people started with the Germans, and then the Germans fucking steamroll them, and they're the evil savages. But look what they're doing today. If they're doing that today, they did it back then. You know, they're poisoning all the Americans. Well, you know, all these CEOs that own this shit are Jewish people.
The Jewish population declared war on Germany in the 1920s, economic war.
Yep.
So that's why the whole exile thing happened there, because they wanted to get them out so that they wouldn't. And they made a deal, you know, the Balfour Declaration, and they said, all right, well, we'll find you a new land and all that. And that wasn't... and we ended up with that whole debacle in the Second World War. Nobody even knew about the Jewish camps until after the war, so the war was not about the Jewish people. That's right, Chelsea. They'll do it any way possible now. They think they're really close to their singularity. But I don't think it'll ever happen. It'll be one of those things. Oh, we're like 2 weeks away from the singularity. 2 weeks. Just give us more money.
Come on. There we go. They call it cutting the grass. Yeah, I didn't know what a heifer was. I had to look it up. I guess these heifers are like a rare thing to have a red cow, I guess.
Well, it has to be entirely red. Apparently, the last one they sacrificed had one gray hair, so it wasn't suitable.
That's savage, barbaric shit. You know, an animal has to suffer
Oh yeah,
for something
take
to
away
live.
your sins. Your sins are cured by killing an animal.
No, that makes your sins worse. Poor
Yeah.
animals, man.
Yeah.
Every time I eat steak or something, man, I think about the animal. Like, damn, I
Mm,
gotta stop eating meat.
mm. We could push for better practices in farming and stop all this industrial farming. That would be a good start.
Yeah, the Jews eat healthy. You know, I compare kosher food to the
Yeah.
garbage they sell in the stores, and
Oh
kosher
yeah.
food don't have chemicals in it.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different symbols for kosher food that you can find on packaging, so you'll know that the quality is there without all the
I
poison.
bought some kosher beef dogs, hot dogs,
Yeah.
and man, when I ate them, I said, "Yo, this is how they used to taste
Mm.
instead of the garbage now." And when I buy rice, I make sure when you buy rice, look for the rice where it says ingredients rice. You know, you don't
Yeah.
want bleached and all these chemicals. Like,
Yeah.
I buy rice that says ingredients rice. I look at the ingredients. What else? Oh, peanut butter. It's a little more expensive,
Yeah.
but it says ingredients peanuts, and that's it. No
Yeah.
chemicals, none of that additive, cheap, fake peanut butter.
Uh-huh.
I found a good brand that uses real peanuts. It's real peanut butter,
Nice.
and it's like $7 a jar, but to me, it's worth it.
Yeah, I'll pay more for quality, when I'm putting it in my body. A lot of people can't afford that, sometimes. Do your best,
Yeah,
Yeah,
things are
meat
getting prices are still going up, man. Trump's fucking us over even worse. It's terrible, man. It's a fucking joke. We got to do something about it. Like, I know people say
we need a conveyor
I'm
belt
not.
of politicians. Just fucking keep
I don't.
rolling them out and getting rid of them if they have any corruption or any problems. Just keep bringing people up from the lower levels, and having lots of elections. We got to get these career politicians and family
gotta start arresting them.
dynasties out of fucking politics. Yeah, they should be arrested for corruption.
All these people on this fucking Epstein file, none of that should be redacted. No name should be hidden. These people should be arrested. How's Trump in those files? And there's pictures with him with minors, and yet he's still fucking president. Clinton had emails of sending hits on people. She's still fucking free. Like, this shit's insane, man. Enough's enough. It's because the people. I'm telling you, I know desensitization. I couldn't say that. Desensitization happens.
Yeah.
They pump this shit up, and it numbs people, and then it becomes the norm. They know it. And before you know it, it'll be forgotten pretty much. People will just be like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, the outrage needs to continue. That's all.
Because, they say, oh, we got to kick it up to Congress. They're fucking bought out by the Jews, too.
No, yeah. You're not going to.
So I don't know what we could do.
That's like
I say we take it into our own hands, The people need to take it into our own hands. Fuck this shit, man.
Yeah, we need civil courts. We don't need these government courts anymore. They don't work. Yeah, there is a process for putting together civil courts. When the judiciary becomes corrupt.
I think that's why Trump did that chess move with Iran and shit, and then Venezuela, and then they're saying Cuba's next and all this shit, because They're trying to stir up the chaos.
Well, and
Take
if you
the
look at
attention away from them.
you look at the WEF plan for the globe, he's actually creating Region 1, which includes Greenland down to Venezuela, Cuba, and that area. That's Region 1. And he's doing it.
He's a dictator, man. He's insane. If Epstein said Trump's a piece of shit, man, I started
He's
to think,
just doing what they want. He's really just doing what they want.
like,
It seems like they're
I can
fighting.
only imagine how Trump is behind the cameras, you know? What a fucking scumbag he must be to people.
Mm.
People are scared to call him out, you know?
Well, he might have some of that Tesla tech, right? His uncle went
I
in
wouldn't
and
be
got all the
surprised.
papers and all that, right? And all the devices. So who knows what he's got?
Israel's like, you don't want to do what we want you to do? Okay. Remember this time when you was sucking that little boy's penis? Or whatever he was doing with these people? We'll let that out. Trump's like, no, okay, I'll do it.
I don't know. I think if they hated Trump that much, they would have said something in his first term, if there was anything.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but
There'd be no reason to hold it back. And then they had the full files too before the evidence locker in New York burned down with half of the tapes in them. So,
but both sides are involved, and maybe it's hatred for each other. I think it's an act.
well, there's kind of like
Trump-
a monopoly game going on a little bit. Who can get the most baubles, right?
But when you become a brotherhood, all these people and politicians are in the sister and brotherhood, and they don't shit on each other. You're really not allowed to like rat no one out. You could talk shit to each other, but
Yeah, like all those court cases, Trump knew that he would never really get convicted.
right.
Wasn't a worry. That's
Right.
why he wasn't worried about it.
It's all the show, like Carter the Earth said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all a show.
It's all the show to manipulate us. You
Yeah,
know?
make us think there's this left-right fight going on, and oh man, if we just
Right.
pick the right side, we're gonna win.
Right. That's what I was trying to say. Like,
Yeah,
that's just a show to keep us thinking, like you said, that they're at war with each other. But in reality, it's a smokescreen because
Yeah.
behind the scenes, the left and right are doing all that pedo shit together.
yeah. They pass laws
So-
together. They fucking You know, oh, one
That's
of them
why
will scream outrage,
Democrats didn't
outrage.
bring it up.
Oh no! Look, people, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Oh, but we didn't manage to stop that bill from going through. Sorry, we tried.
I think it didn't come out when Trump was first in because they're both in it, you know, they both were doing fucked up shit with Epstein and all their names are probably in there. So behind the scenes they're like, we can't let this come out yet. You know, we got to figure out a way to do what they can to let it come out. You know what I mean? So they had years to fucking go through all that and dedact. And they were working together behind the scenes with that. And then they had the smoke screen like they're beefing with each other. People fell for it, man.
Well, there's just enough in there to keep both sides on Trump, right? Fighting. There's not enough to actually say he is a pedo, but there's enough to suggest it. So that'll keep the fight going. They are, I don't know, they're not smart, kind of clever in a way.
I mean, they're only clever because there's no consequences, and they know that. Everyone's thought out, you know?
Yep.
Maybe to get in the club, I was thinking, you have to do something with a minor. and then it's recorded. So if you try to turn on them, they got something on you.
Yeah.
I think that's how it goes. If you want to be in that club, they got something on you. It's the only way you're going to be in there, so you don't turn on them.
You have to be
You know,
related.
they got to have something on you.
They're all related.
That too. That's gross.
Yeah. See, so you could prove nepotism and really say that this is not democracy. This is a monarchy. You're supposed to be a democratic republic, and
They
really
come
live
from
under a monarchy.
Vlad the Impaler and King Edward's lineage, who were probably fallen angels. I wonder about this fallen angel stuff, man, because there's something up with that. You know, these people are lining pictures up of a long time ago. Either the technology makes it look old and they're fooling people, or these people don't age. They either got technology or something in their genetics. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Something's going on. Like, you know that rapper Machine Gun Kelly? They took Machine Gun Kelly's picture, and then they took Donald Trump's son. What's his name? The young one there. And they put their faces together and fucking line up perfectly. I was like, yo, something's going on. Like, I think these people do play many roles. They got masks that they have these masks that are thin. And if you put them, there's this Asian woman. I thought she was a black woman until she took the mask off. You couldn't even fucking tell. That's how good that masks are.
They've got silicone ones now that are really good, but they also had, since the 80s, holographic technology that you just put a hood on.
Interesting. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby-Doo's been telling us.
Yeah, just like Total Recall. Yeah.
I like Scooby-Doo, and they pull the mask off. Oh, it's Mayor Mike. It's always some political guy in Scooby-Doo, too. Oh, it's Sheriff Johnny or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Right? I had to go back and watch them, and it's always someone in a high position. Like, the truth's been right there.
Yep.
I think Jesus was a too. I hate to say it. You know, these people always want the blood of Christ, and that used to bother me. They always want to drink the blood of Christ. Like, damn.
It should bother you.
What's wrong with these people? And then when you go to church, they got homeboy up there suffering. I used to look at that statue, like, what's wrong with these people? Just looking at them suffering. Let the, like, yo.
That's because of the new revelation of Paul. They added Paul into the Bible, and he taught basically the opposite of what Christ taught.
Then I found out there's 16 or 15 different Jesuses. I like the allegorical stories of the Christos oil in the spine and we're the tree of life and all that stuff. Yep. Like, that knowledge is so uplifting compared to when you go to church, all they want to talk about is Armageddon and draining the earth of evil, but they're the evil ones lying right to people's face. Preachers are such a hustler. Yo. All they want is your money. You know, these preachers have the serpent tongue. Fucking the only temple God dwells in is you, man. That's it. No fucking brick temple. Yep. I don't even think these temples were churches. I think they were something else. That's just my opinion. Hey, there's Candy. I love that post, Candy, you put.
Yeah.
Candy had a good post, man. I like that one where it says draining the swamp and Trump sucking the Israel guy's bone.
Oh, shoot.
I should have screenshotted that picture. I was going to use it for my header for the picture of the stream, but I know they would have struck it down. And I said, nah.
Yeah, meme magic. It's good. I like meme magic. what I heard in the book. Earth equals Christ. Yeah, there's relations with all religions in the Black Cube. Yeah, pretty much. Especially all modern religions. The Kaaba for the Muslims, the little cube on their head when they pray with the Jews, and of course, like you say, with the Christians, that cross unfolds into or folds up
cube,
into. Yeah.
Just like this TV on the guy's head. See,
Yeah.
it's like a Venus flytrap, the religion. Once they get you in that cube, you're locked in a box, you know? Religious, you ever notice religious people will not think outside that book? The book is a box, too. They cannot think outside that fucking book. They'll question everything else but religion.
Well, yeah, they're told
That's
that
how-
it's the word of God, right? It's,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you're the word of God. You speak. You're God speaking shit into existence.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now
that's
when I
okay.
say we're God, I
does
don't
speak a
mean.
lot of shit too. So
I think we're like God having experiences. We're all different. I don't know. It's a deep conversation, but
Yeah.
we're definitely a frequency of some sort. That's how we take shape in the womb, like a cymatic frequency. And I think the Antichrist is anti-life. I think Antichrist is vessels with no soul or spirit. That's Antichrist. They want vessels like robots.
Yeah.
They say that demons could go in there, whatever a demon is or whatever a angel is or spirits. I don't know. But it made me think, if they're growing fucking people in labs, they don't have that spark of life in them. You know, like when a man and woman come together, when they both come at the same time, that's an electrical charge. Is creating the spirit and the soul right there. You know, that's why having sex is sacred, you know, but they've made that just an everyday, you know, oh, just have sex to feel good. They've completely obliterated the whole meaning of coming together with a man and woman to create life, the real Trinity. But what do I know? I'm just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, well, that would
powerful
include a
shit.
mother then, and you'd be blasphemous for saying that because the mother was replaced with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. The man, woman, and child is the Trinity, but they replaced it with 3 men for the
Yeah.
most part.
All dudes.
Um,
The sausage fest up there.
but look at the Jews or Rome. It's all the same. When they went under crusades, you know, Germanic tribes, all these tribes across the realm, their teachings, they knew who they were until they went on the crusades and they were forced to worship outside their self. And now look, the whole world's been conquered with the religions, and it's just destroyed this place.
Yeah, Santos Bonacci cited there was some guy that went around early on in the creation of a lot of these religions and taught people that they were physical manifestations instead of spiritual alchemical teachings. And that was a good way to get people fighting because otherwise they would just compare their religions and try and improve on them because they'd all be after the same goal of enlightenment and self-improvement. But if you change it to a physical being where you can say this guy is right and your guy is wrong, then you can have a fight over it.
That God in the Bible, I used to ask my mom, the God in the Bible loves us so much. Why would he dump all them fucking shitholes all over Earth? You know, remember when God cleared out heaven and shot all them fucking people to the earth? Now, my whole thing with those stories is, like I've said a million times, this so-called Satan character, find somewhere in the Bible somebody that shows where he killed people. Because last time I checked, Yahweh or whatever these names are in the Bible, this God slaughtered millions of women, children. He didn't care. He was killing everything.
Well,
You know
yeah,
how they like to do things backwards. Now, why did these people turn their back in heaven on this God? You know, that's what was my thought. How do we know they didn't turn their back on him? Because this God was insane, was killing women, children, fucking, I don't know. That's another thing that sucks is we're taught so many lies growing up. It's so hard to sift through stuff and figure out what's what.
Yeah.
I like the allegorical stories though, like I said.
Yeah.
When I started reading The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall, when I started looking into Manly P. Hall's work,
Yeah.
it really started to open my eyes to the allegorical stories of how they're talking about the human body and how important it is to know the alchemy of your body, and your body's the temple, and
Yeah, I spent about a year listening to him.
I still can't get over that picture, Candy. When did I see that? I think it was last night. Oh, I laughed for like fucking 20 minutes. You know, it's crazy. Their number one slogan is order out of chaos, and they create the chaos and the order. They create the problem, then deliver the solution. They profit off both ends while we fall for the illusion.
Yeah. People are catching on to that, though.
That's good. That's very good. It would be nice if the military would live up to their oath, you know. We fight terrorists, foreign and domestic. They're fighting fake terrorists in foreign lands. They're looking for stuff that isn't there when the real terrorists are domestic.
Well, they are terrorists, but we created them.
Yeah, true. We fund them, or not we? They fund them.
Oh yeah, the current thing, we threw their politicians out, replaced them with radicals. Found
Somebody said
we found nut jobs living in the backwoods, gave them a bunch of money and propped them up. Right?
Candy said everyone is free to believe as they wish doesn't make it true. It's true for them, right? I've seen something on Putin where Putin's so-called wife, I don't know, came out, I think it was in the 90s or maybe early 2000s, and said her husband isn't the real Putin. The real Putin was killed by the CIA and replaced. Now, if you look at today's Putin and the older Putin and you line them up, it doesn't align perfectly. I know people change and stuff, but bone structure changed. And his jaw's different. Like a lot of things. It makes me wonder how many people were replaced. How?
Well, even in the Epstein files, they said that Joe Biden was executed.
Dead, right?
Yeah, he's
Yep.
dead. Yeah. Don't know if that's true, but could be.
Yeah.
Certainly
Why
kind of
was
a
he
credible story.
executed and no one else?
I don't know.
Hey, you never know, man. Never fucking know. Like all those movies that come out about the U.S.
Yeah.
when the White House was taken over, and it's always like some Russians or, that's the thing about these movies though. They always make it like they make it other countries, but the only person that's taken over our government is our own government. It's not no Russians or no Chinese people. It's our own government.
Well, and the deep state that joins with other deep states, right? Because all of this technology is going up all over the place, and it's all geared to enslave you. That's pretty much what it's for.
Yeah, they say it's China, but is it really China? I think it's Israel.
Or both,
Yeah. Either way, I respect Britain, man. When they were putting stuff up, the people, they were tearing it down. In America, they won't do that. Nah, man, we can't do that. In America, they're scared of the fucking cops. Fucking pussies.
Yeah, but what happened? A few people went to jail and they kept putting their stuff up. Didn't stop it.
It's all right. And you keep breaking it so they can't afford to put it up no more.
Yeah.
You gotta, like here.
Problem is,
all you gotta do is, and here they got them on telephone poles. And all you gotta do is open up the bottom of the telephone pole, and boom, there you go.
Yeah,
it's that simple. The only problem is you need a special tool. It's not a regular screw. It's it's one of those star screws, which you can get that anywhere. But yeah, all you need is a fucking drill with the screw, and boom, you can do that shit in less than 2 minutes. Less than that.
Yeah.
30 seconds if you're quick. Then they'll come and fix it, and you do it again and again and again. I remember when they started putting cameras up. They just started putting them up. There was no meeting in the city to ask anyone to do it. They just started doing it.
Yep. Oh, everybody wants wireless technology. Voting is your chance to give your opinion. In almost all governments, the government has the right to override your vote at any time, including the American government, Canadian government, and British.
Yeah. Well,
our MPs, if they don't like the way the Canadian people voted, they can change it. Same with the U.S. You guys have
my new verse. My new verse to my song says a lot, but I just don't like the way I sound when I say it. But I'm not going to redo it. I'm just going to leave it as it is, man. It's about the message.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound the best, but shit, I don't have a fucking $20 million studio either. I got a cell phone and an app. And I could out rap and write better than most of these fake fucking rappers anyway, that make millions of dollars off of fucking their craft is trash. I wouldn't be surprised if AI writes their raps. Or fucking... Hold on. Backstage? Oh, what happened? How did that happen?
I tried to use my camera It worked last night, but it doesn't want to work today.
I was wondering. I happened to look. I see the blue number. I'm like, damn, where did Max go? I thought you were saying it'd be back or something.
Huh.
Okay. Chilster Deluxe. The vaxxed are dangerous as Fook. I keep away from them. Hold up. I keep away from them as much as possible. No, not wanting to catch anything. Yeah, I was thinking about that, man. You know what's wild?
Oh,
I knew
worry
some
about
people
that.
that got that shit, and to this day they still say they get sick. And I'm like, what?
Oh yeah.
Damn, they could be the hosts. Like in the movies, there's always a host to spread it. Interesting. Very interesting. Because I don't think you could sneeze and catch something. That
No,
shit
you
had to
can't.
be a direct.
No,
It had to be mainlined into the body. You get what I'm
it
saying?
is. Yeah, it's mainlined into the body electronically. It's an electric disease. The I can talk on your channel about the vaccine. The vaccine is just is for health monitoring and give you diseases that they can monitor.
Man.
Nah, you'll be all right, Chilster. It's the electronic part that what we do is we're load balancing 6G through what's called the Corona network. And that causes you to get sick because it's too much for the human body to handle in some cases. So that's why you get sick. Kind of weird and hard for people to put their heads around, but yeah. Yeah, the whole virus thing made me look into the virus stuff. And yeah, they're in your body. That's the only place they really exist. And they're not even real themselves. They're more like a genetic toxin, really. What they do is they take your DNA and mess with it and then stick it back in your body trying to make you sick.
AIDS is the virus. So when they said this thing is a virus, I looked it up. And the only way a virus can be passed is through direct like mainline. It can't hit oxygen or it'll die. So that's when I knew
It's
right
not
away.
alive to begin with. It's not alive to begin with, but it gets destroyed by oxygen.
Yeah. And that's when I knew right away what they were doing with the jizza jabbers. I knew right away it was in that. And they had to mainline it into you.
It's a genetic
and
toxin.
all those people lined up, I kind of felt bad for them. But if I said anything to them, they would say, "What do you know? You ain't a fucking."
Oh yeah,
doctor."
you'd get a fight. It's people were convinced, you know.
The television is the biggest weapon ever created.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought, what if they put like I heard rabies and shit was in some of those. Like, imagine that, man.
Yeah.
Like, who knows what they're putting in this stuff, man?
Yeah. That's actually circumstantial, Chilster. But you can believe it, yeah, if you want. You can believe either thing you want. I don't really care. Injin Duchawa.
That's Yahweh. That's Yahweh.
Is it? I can't say that word,
Yeah.
Yahweh. You're messing with me, man.
Marty McFlizzle. These names is funny. Marty McFlizzle. Peace to Marty McFlizzle.
Yeah.
Peace to the whole chat. People are putting down some good stuff. People can say what they want here, man. I'm not with all that sensory crap.
Yeah.
I'm all
Well,
about
just giving you a different view on it there, Chilster. You can, pick which one you believe. Do your research and stuff.
Shit, I think about when I was in school back in the days. They used to give you that they would test people for fuck, what was that shit called? They put that little prick under your skin, it would bubble up and then go away.
Oh, the allergy testing?
No, fuck,
No.
what was that shit called? It'd be like a little prick under your skin, and they would test it like yeah, the TB test. Thank you,
okay.
Candy. Tuberculosis, yeah. I always wondered what that stuff was. Like, I never trust none of that. My mother would say we have to go to the doctor at the hospital. I hated it. I did not want. I didn't. For some reason, I always got bad energy with these doctors. I didn't want to be around them. I didn't want them pricking me with nothing.
Yeah. Right.
I would always feel worse when I would go to a doctor compared to me just staying home in bed and healing myself.
Yeah, I don't go downtown. If I go near a hospital, I get sick. I don't even have to go in the thing. I'm not sick, but real ill.
Yeah, I think the hospital killed my roommate, man. I really do. I'm convinced.
I don't think people get better there. It's all the cauterizing machines and all the wireless. Like now they're totally wired with 5G.
They put my
one of the
roommate
worst
in
things
oxygen.
is one of the worst things they have is these cauterizing machines. Basically, they put you on a table, and it's like arc welding. So they fucking run a charge through your body, and seal up wounds with electricity. And those put off so much fucking radiation, it's ridiculous.
Scotland.
Nice. My ancestors lived there for quite a while.
Scotland's beautiful.
They came
country,
from
man.
they came from the Caucasus Mountains before that. Yeah, I'm a Caucasian. My ancestry came from Arabia, the Caucasus Mountains, and then fucking we moved to Scotland, and then we moved to east coast of Canada.
I'm a German Pole.
Yeah.
What a mixture.
Yeah. Yeah, people move around all the time.
If you tell a Jewish person you're German, they turn white like a ghost.
It's Mother's Day the day? Is it Mother's Day? I didn't know that it was. Canada's a nice country, yeah. Yeah, lots of good scenery to see. If you like forests and mountains and stuff, yeah. Streams and lakes. We got tons of lakes and stuff. All right, see you, Kismet. Much love to your kitty. Oh, big stretch.
14 kitties. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Mother's Day. My mother's birthday is the 18th. The day after St. Patty's.
Rescue colony, cool. Yeah, both of our cats are rescue cats. That's very
I
interesting.
almost got this right. I tried to get this where the angel would be holding the moon up,
Oh, that's cool.
but that fucking sign got in my way.
That's a good photo, though. Moon right beside it. Kind of looks like.
I mean, it
she's-
kind of. Yeah, kind of does.
Yeah, if you zoom in, it probably does.
Yeah, it actually does when you zoom in. But one thing I've noticed with these phones, if you try to take a picture of the moon, it's just terrible.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I haven't fixed that. Yeah, it does look like she's holding the moon.
Oh, it looks like
Zoomed way in.
just lights, you know. When I take pictures of the moon.
You kind of
And
got
another
some
thing I've
shape in that
noticed.
one, though. That's a pretty good photo of the moon. I used like my avatar is a picture I took with my phone camera of the moon. I had one of those snap-on lenses, cameras you could get. So you just snap on a camera to your phone. It had 10 times zoom.
You see that thing right here? That monument is real old, man. I found a picture of downtown New Britain from the 1870s or something, or 90s or somewhere in that area. And that thing's still there. And it looks like it was there way longer than that. I mean, this piece of architecture right here, I wonder what it was. It kind of looks like it maybe have generated electricity or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Hi, Joe. Hi, Paul from Newcastle.
Yeah, I seen a let me see if I still have these pictures. It was a what you call it the other day. I think this is a turkey vulture.
Yeah.
I was walking up the street across from the park. And
yeah. Yeah, we have turkey
Just
vultures
doing-
up here. They're huge. They're like 6-foot wingspans.
Yeah. It was on this lower ledge here.
Yeah.
I was trying to get the camera app, and I went to set my coffee down on the ground, and it flew up there. My movement probably, but it was on the ground when I first seen it, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" A truck pulled up on the side of it. I thought it was first I thought it was a turkey. I said, "Oh, maybe this guy lost his turkey somehow." But then I thought, "There's no turkeys in this area. What the fuck?" So I said, The guy pulled up. Maybe he seen me and he didn't want to jump out and you know, do anything to it, and then he pulled off when he seen me.
Yeah.
So then I you know, I'm not like none of these other people. I'm not gonna approach a fucking turkey vulture. The thing guys a big beak and their claws are no joke. So I was like, relax, buddy, don't attack me. I was pretty distant from it, but I just wanted a picture.
Yeah.
It's weird. They're like half vulture, half turkey.
Yeah, they're pretty ugly looking, actually.
Yeah, their heads. They have like the turkey thing on their neck,
Yeah,
but the rest of the body's like a huge vulture.
yeah.
And their claws, oh man, they could lift up a fucking dog easy.
Yeah.
I think these are what I see circling in the sky. I thought they were like hawks, because we have hawks too.
Yeah.
And I got a picture in my phone. I think I erased it though, where I was on the railroad tracks and the fucking hawk had a squirrel in its mouth. It had snapped its back.
Yeah.
And I had just turned on the tracks to cut through from the road, and it was right there. And the hawk looked at me, I looked at it, and it had the squirrel. I don't know if it was in its claw or its mouth. I don't quite remember. But when it spread its wings, it had a huge wing. But it was worried I was going to take a squirrel from him. I was like, nah, buddy, I'm good. I don't want a squirrel today.
I was walking to work one morning, and it started raining feathers on me. And I was kind of confused for a few seconds there, and I looked up, and on a telephone pole above me, there was a hawk just tearing into a little bird, pulling out all his feathers.
Yeah, I don't think I have that. Damn it. Should have kept that picture. I knew it. Of the hawk. I thought I kept it. Damn, I thought I had more pictures than this. I hope I didn't erase them all. What the fuck? Oh well.
You see how they're they're practicing with all their targeting systems now? And,
What do you mean?
in Iran, you see how they're taking out all the leadership and all that one by one?
No.
It's not like they're well, they are. They're taking out they took out their leadership, right? That's why you're not going to see the new leader. He's going to be hiding, because as soon as they get a lock on his MAC address, that's it. That's how they're targeting these people, is through their MAC address.
What's up, Joe? Joe King's here.
Hey, Joe.
Once they get a hold of your MAC address, it's all going to be a mess.
Yep. Once they get a lock on that, they'll send a little missile to go and meet you.
That's wild. Hey, what does it lock onto your phone signal?
No, your body.
What?
Yeah. Don't forget, you're part of the internet. You're involved in what's called a mesh network with your devices and other people.
Oh my God.
So there's constantly signals going through your body. So like you and me, we're constantly tracked. They know exactly where we are. Your Bluetooth knows where you are, your computer, your phone. They all help triangulate you, and other devices. And if there's no devices, they just use other people to triangulate you. But signals pass very well through human beings. That's why when you look at the 5G network, right, the 5G network isn't set up everywhere because it only travels about 200 meters. So what they do is they set up towers every 400 meters, and the rest of it's all done through other devices than you. You're the 5G network. So that's how they keep track of you. And once somebody comes up from underground or somewhere that's shielded, and then they immediately become part of the mesh network for it's actually for cybersecurity, because what they want to do is do short hops instead of long distance transmission. So they use people and devices to do that. And as soon as you come up from a secured location, you're immediately hooked into the network because other people's bodies and devices will try to send signals through you. So that's how they acquired them as targets. Because everybody
That's all right, Joe King.
everybody comes
I'm
with a
glad
back
you came
breath.
through.
Huh?
No, Joe King said he would come up, but he's watching his grandkids and it's loud. And I was like, it's all right. You know, I'm just glad you came through and checked the live stream out. I'm
Yeah.
probably going to jump off here in like 20 minutes anyway. How long has it been?
Oh.
It's been an hour and 46 minutes. Paul from Newcastle. It's always good to see new people come here. I had some other guy come here. His name was Bear something. He's from the UK. Is the UK part of Britain, or are they separate? Or is Britain the UK? Or I think I got that mixed up.
Yeah, Britain's a part of the UK.
Okay. So yeah, if I said, "Are you from UK or Britain?" it's the same thing.
Kind of.
Because I asked the guy, I said, "Are you from the UK or Britain?"
It's kind
the
of the
same
same
fucking thing, pretty much. It's like asking somebody, "Are you from Michigan or the United States?"
Yeah.
UK is England. Peace, eyes wide shut. Okay. So the UK is England, the United Kingdom. So England is part of the United Kingdom. So is Germany part of the United Kingdom? Like
No.
Poland, Germany?
No.
No?
No.
They're their own country.
It's England, Scotland, Wales. I don't know if Wales and is included in that.
English, Ireland, Scotland, and England, Joe says. It is the UK.
Yeah. Wales isn't included in that, is it? I don't think so.
I wonder what Ire means. You got Ireland, you got Scotland, and then you got England.
Oh, I looked that up before.
If you take land away, you got Ire, Scott,
Think about that.
and
Well, Ire could come from Aryan.
oh, Eyes Wide Shut says no. England is England. UK is its trading name. Okay. I always thought like all the Slavs, like Poland, Germany, are Slavs. I always thought Russia was Slav too. I always thought Russia, Poland, and Germany were like cousins.
No, the Slavs are from Slovenia. The Germanic are different. They're different completely.
So Germanic isn't Slav.
No, it's not.
I wonder where the Germanic tribes originate from.
They're
I know
Aryan.
Germanic tribes were not religious people, man.
They're supposed to be Aryans.
They were spiritual. Just like every other tribe before religion fucking crusaded this place. Yeah, Aryan, but the thing I don't like about that is they glorify the yellow hair and blue eyes, and that's not even true, man. Not all German people have fucking yellow hair and blue eyes. They try to say if you don't have that, you're not German. Like, get the fuck out of here. And you know what's crazy? A lot of people in America adopt that bullshit, well, I don't want to call it bullshit, but the way they have adopted it and transformed it to something racist in a way,
Yeah.
that's bullshit.
I had white hair when I was a kid, and then it turned kind of blonde.
Mm.
And got darker as I got old.
I think I could relate to that.
Yeah, I was like a white-haired kid when I was young.
The sun made my hair look.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, Jason. What? Jason? What curve? But in the prison system, they use the swastika and white power and all this stuff. Like they've taken that and completely obliterated it. And to this day, I don't think I didn't live back then, but from my research, I don't think the German people were racist at all. Like I said, I never knew there was black Germans fighting.
Who was it? There was a famous baseball player that. Black baseball player or Olympian. Sorry, an Olympian. Who was,
Hitler shook his hand.
Yeah, who was greeted fondly by the German people, but denounced in America. Like kind of shunned in America.
Who was president at the time, man? I think it was because they were both in Germany.
Woodrow Wilson, maybe.
I think so. He had glasses. Yeah. I remember that in the picture. He had glasses on and he had blue eyes. But the Germans welcomed. He was a track runner. I forgot his name. But the Germans welcomed him. Hitler shook his hand. And it was the American president that wouldn't even look at him, wouldn't even shake his hand. Imagine that, man.
Yeah.
But America paints the picture that Germans are savage, racist people, and that's fucking. I hate that, man. It's not even true.
No.
Then I started to dig deep, and I find out there's black Germans, that fought in the war, that wore the German uniform. I blew my mind away. I said, "What? They don't want that coming out because it'll destroy their entire fucking fallacy."
Yeah.
The Jews wouldn't like that too much, if I start posting that stuff. They will. Jesse Owens, yes, thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
I just seen on I forgot the guy's name. If I knew it, I wouldn't say it anyway. Just because he quoted something, I'm not going to say he's a bad guy, but this Jewish guy, I forgot his name. He's on YouTube a lot, but he had quoted that the Germans killed, I forgot, 100,000 black people, right?
That's a new one to me.
Yeah. And that's what's dangerous about. To me, that's dangerous about the internet. It's like a book burning. All this knowledge all of a sudden in the palm of our hands. We don't know if they got this knowledge from old books and uploaded it, or they just came up with it along the way.
Yeah, a lot of people like to make up their own statistics.
Yeah. That's why when I read stuff, I just take it into consideration that it could be true or it's not. I don't know, but I'll take it into consideration.
Yeah.
Like,
I usually hold off and wait until something matches or lines up properly. If it doesn't match or line up properly, it wasn't worth it.
I like to find old footage, and even that's dangerous too. The way AI can change things nowadays, you see how they're doing with movies. But I find old footage and in German, like the speeches, and I try to get the English translator thing because I want to hear it from his own mouth. These speeches that Hitler made, instead of because everything America pumps out about the Germans is propaganda, and it's going to be negative. That's just how it is. But
There we go.
there you go, Chillster Deluxe. He said they've been photoshopping books from early, on the 40s. Probably even before then. They overlay negatives and shit too. That's why a lot of the old that's why when I would research like architectural buildings, they would have the same building with like 3 different backdrops. And I'm like, wait a minute, how's this building in 3 different places? But it's because they're overlaying negatives with backdrop. Like, they've been deceiving people forever, man.
Yeah, you want to do a screen share?
Yeah. How about the Lincoln thing? You ever see how they changed Lincoln from a black man to a white dude?
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah. For those of you who haven't heard about the human body being used for communication, here is on the safety of human body communication. So go down a little bit. So this is using electricity. So the human body communication utilizes the human body as a communication medium between devices on and around the body. The increased energy efficiency and enhanced physical security due to signal confinement makes HBC promising alternative to radio wave-based communications like Bluetooth. However, HBC requires tiny amounts of electrical signals to be sent through the body. This calls for a thorough analysis on the safety aspects of HBC. At the end of this, what they tell you basically is they check your heart rate, your temperature. That's really about it. So they don't check anything in the genetic level or anything that's happening to your organs or how the signals are actually being run through your body. But yeah, this is about the paper they've done to check if it's safe. That's it. Pretty disgusting to me. I'll put a link on this paper so people can read it if they want. Or share it with people. And yeah, you weren't asked if you were going to be used as an antenna as well. Just thought I'd mention that. They just decided to do it, and they're doing it. And there was one other paper I wanted to show you. Let's find it. There we are. Here's what I was talking about earlier, about how a lot of diseases are electric. The whole corona system, or corona quote-unquote virus, is a computer virus, because they're running the corona system now. When they put that through your body and they run the new systems, people get sick. I'll give you a link to that one as well. And a lot of times in these things, they talk about health monitoring and all that, because they want to monitor your health. Yeah, I should do a show where I just show all the papers I've got. I have about 40 or 50 papers on all this stuff. Mylar would help a bit too, Chilster. Mylar.
Yeah, I'm reading what he's putting because I have Bluetooth headphones and I want to
Yeah, get everything wired. Everything I have is
I
wired.
want to
Not that
I like
I'll-
opening up electronics.
Yeah.
That's I opened up phones, I opened up laptops,
Yeah.
TVs.
That's probably fine.
Because people like friends would have broken laptops, and I say, give them to me. You know, I like to open them up and look at them. You know, I like to see if there's anything funky in there, like tracking devices or listening devices.
Yeah.
And I found some funky stuff. I kept them. I got a box, but I'm gonna have to get rid of all this stuff because I might have to move, and I'm just gonna junk everything. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I could do the death ray with the TV screen. You know, I really want to do that experiment. I want to melt rocks and put it on video. Because if I could do that with a TV screen, imagine what the government has for direct energy weapons. If I could melt fucking rocks with the sun from a TV screen, come on. You mean to tell me the government don't have something way better?
Well, they have high-powered plasma lasers, probably.
It should have melt your thoughts. Fuck you. You know? Fuck melting you to melt your thoughts. Hold on. I asked Chilster Deluxe, I said, is graphite in every Bluetooth headset, and how do I find it and identify it? That's what I want to know. Because I'm going to look. I have some headphones that are Bluetooth. I'll bust them open right now.
Yeah. Yeah, sensors and stuff, like they can use almost anything for a sensor now. Oxygen molecules, blood.
Where would they put the graphite? You know, that's
They don't
what
need
I'm wondering.
it. They don't need that. That just offers them better internal surveillance.
Mm. Fuck. Do. You too, Candy. Candy said, well, Chuck, Max, and everyone in the chat have a most fabulous Sunday. You too. I'm gonna be jumping off here in a minute myself.
Yeah.
But what's this? A coordinate and routing system for Nano. What? Wow. Is that the link that you dropped in the
Yeah. Yeah, when they release these new systems, right? We get
I gotta
we get
that
no
link.
effects from them.
I have to get that link because they're building that fucking data center, man, right here, right in my backyard, and I'm pissed. No one ever said anything about it in the city here. No city meetings, as far as I know. No warning.
Bad for your health. They're bad for your health.
We might have to start self-destructing that fucking place or something.
Yeah, there's a place down the road from me that makes them, and the generators are gigantic. They have no shielding on them. It's just an open fucking generator, right? And
yeah,
they just pump out tons of radiation. It's ridiculous, and the pollution, like CO2 and other problems with them. Yeah,
that's great. That's exactly what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I have a picture of this place. I think.
Yeah, a lot of them are just like these modular systems. Here's a
Where did
gnarly,
it go? Here it is.
a gnarly weapon there, Joe.
I had a picture of the map. I don't know where it went. It's not here no more.
Oh yeah.
But this is it right here. Look at this. See? This whole thing's going to be a part of the data center. But you see those things right there?
Uh-huh.
Those are about 200 of computer. I don't know if they're the...
Yeah, those are the data centers themselves, yeah.
Yeah. And you see the building there? There's twin buildings that look like that. Those are going to be part of it. It's going to be a data center park, they're calling it.
Mm-hmm.
And they bought this whole street. I mean, the property goes all the way down to the projects. I'm going to do a video on it.
Yeah.
I don't know
Joe,
if they sold it or are they renting it. It's one of the two.
Joe, I did a show called Fashay's Ancient Microwave Weapon. If you look at a Fashay's, it's pretty much designed like a magnetron. A magnetron is what they have inside a microwave. And what it has is it's got a bunch of... here, let me pull a magnetron out for you.
How can I get the magnetron out the microwave and use it?
You can just pull it out. Yeah.
You know, it lights up light bulbs and everything.
Disc-shaped, circular disc-shaped thing.
Like when you plug it in and turn it on, when you take it out the microwave, it'll light a light bulb when you put it near it. But I don't know how dangerous that is, if it's good for you or not.
Oh, it's fine. Just don't power it up in something that's not, like you have to put it in something shielded, something metallic to power it up. If you just power it up, you're going to damage yourself.
Ooh, I was thinking of doing that, but I'm better off to put it in like a steel box somehow or something.
Yeah, you can put it in like, look on the internet. There are people that have taken them out of microwaves, put them in like tin cans, and then you can power it up and blow up a TV or a cell phone or something. But yeah, here's a magnetron. And I did a show how a magnetron, or the Fashay's, especially the one that George Washington has all the components to be a microwave weapon.
It's like the thing in the Egyptian, the light bulb thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Come on.
Yeah, this one here. He's got everything in this. He's got the Fashay's. He even has a capacitor in the form of a scroll thing beside him. Yeah, there it is. That's... So there's the Fashay's. He even has this thing over top of it. It's actually a cover, because what you have to do is you have to create a slight vacuum in there. So you could use that thing to create a slight vacuum by pumping the air out. And then beside it, right there, he's got what looks like a scroll case, but it's like 3 feet long now. Imagine if that was a capacitor. That would hold millions of volts of electricity. And if you put that through that Fashay, you probably take out a city. Fuel rods from a nuclear reactor, yeah. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, the Fashay.
The thing they put the light bulb thing on the Egyptian wall carvings. That light bulb thing with like a serpent inside of it.
Oh yeah, the Egyptian carving, yeah. They say that those are lotus bulbs or something, lotus flowers. It doesn't look like no lotus flower to me.
that magnetron thing under, like it's sitting on top of it.
Yeah, the Jed pillar kind of thing, right?
I don't know the name of it. My nephew had tattooed on his head, so I asked him what it mean. I think he said something for him or something. He said.
Yeah, your volume's pretty low. Can you crank up his volume there?
Oh, yeah.
What about now?
I got pictures of Trump with minors.
Do you want me?
And this dude still ain't in jail. Yeah, I know what Yahweh's gonna say. It ain't real.
What?
Nah, it is up. His volume's all the way up.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Still low.
It's not bad.
They just love him. They love him so much. They put a statue. They put one in every statue.
Yeah.
What about now?
I think they're a weapon myself, Joe. I think that was a microwave weapon that people passed down through the generations from probably Atlantis.
The Bashette?
Yeah. Probably Atlantean times. Because the Greeks knew about it, the Romans. Everybody used that symbol as a symbol of power. And they probably used a weapon too.
Because it don't take 2,000 years to build a car. You can build it now with the blueprint.
You know, I always thought, Max, these factories they don't use, like all these Stanley Work factories, because for years, I think it was like 99, maybe 99, 2000, they closed them down.
Yeah.
Maybe a little before 9/11. I don't know. Around then, they were all closed down and abandoned. And I thought to myself,
kind of look like the melted buildings.
what if they're like using them to store trafficked children or something? Who knows if these go underground or what? Because I heard these factories had underground bunkers in them. They're deep underground.
Yeah. I think there's a tunnel underneath the Walmart near me because about 10 years ago when I moved here, there was all kinds of this moaning sound just coming out of the ground for no good reason. I figured they were tunneling under there, making their little Walmart system.
Look at the irony of this post. Yeah, this post and the sign. Kamala Harris will send your children to war. Stop
That's
wars,
ironic,
vote for Trump. Yeah, look how that turned out.
Yeah.
I think if she would have got in, they would have went to war. And if Trump got in, they would have went to war. It don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They're trying to distract people. You know, this guy right here is a murderer. How many innocent men and women he killed overseas by dropping bombs on them? These people, man.
A lot of people claim that we're at war now with Iran because of you guys in the States. It's your fault because you're not you young people aren't supporting Israel as much as you should. So
fuck Israel.
Well, see, there you go, right? That's why they got to go to war, because the support is going to run out. They can only get millions of dollars every year if they have your support. As soon as that runs out,
they're blaming us and not Israel. Isn't that funny?
It's your fault. You guys aren't supporting Israel enough.
Yeah. The Jews will never take accountability for their own mistakes. They always point the finger. They're the finger pointers. And nothing could be their fault. They're the chosen ones.
Well, that's what they say. Yeah. Guess that gives you all kinds of excuses.
Mm-hmm. See, this is the map right here. They bought all this. But the map don't show the train tracks that runs right. Oh, yes, it does. Those are the train tracks. See where it says Eversource? That's the electric company, Eversource. The tracks run right there. They bought all these buildings except, I don't think the one that says has the black and red CW, that's Constructive Workshop. I don't think they bought that building because Constructive Workshop owns that. Then that other building's owned. I think they bought where all the phases are. They bought all those buildings. So pretty much from phase 6 all the way up the street to where the Stanley, what does that say? Stanley Tools? Damn, they still there? Hold up. I didn't know they were still there.
Is that going to be a data
Stanley
center?
Black and Decker.
That's where the data center is?
Yep, this whole street is going to be the data center. It's going to be a data park. The Innovation Park. Energy and Innovation Park. Yep. Where I showed you these right here. This part of it already. Now, you see those twin buildings there?
Yeah.
Where it says phase 3, I think it is. It's those two buildings that are twins. Those are the buildings right there, the white ones.
Yeah. Those are residential?
Oh, no, that was part of the factories. I don't know what was in there, but this place, those, like, didn't have really windows. It was weird. I don't know what they were making in there, but it was almost top secret.
Huh.
I never seen what they were doing in there. Like, I forgot how people used to get to that building. There's like, damn, I wish I could.
Could be offices, but why would you have offices without windows? I don't know.
Yeah, there's no parking lots for that building. People that went there, I don't know if they walked through the back, but the way it's set up, that building's kind of like, see, the way it's set up, it's way off the main road.
Yeah.
I don't know how people got there, but I'm going to do a video soon. I'm going to walk down the railroad tracks that you see right there so I could show you all the back end.
Yeah.
Then I'll come up where this is, right here. I'll walk up by this, and then I'll go around that, because that you could see that, right? The street is right here, and then I'll phase. All right, so they're turning phase 2 is going to be the other factory they didn't knock down. It's going to become the HPCC data center existing structure. Oh man, they're going to fill that thing with all computers. Oh my God. Wow. Existing senior center. What? What's the, oh, okay, that little building. Then they got that parking lot. Oh, maybe they used to park there. But to get to it, man, I'm starting to have flashbacks of when people used to work in these buildings. Trying to think. But yeah, I'm gonna do a walk around.
Yeah.
Up the tracks so I can show the back end, and I'm gonna come up past what I showed you, and then I'll go up Myrtle Street to show everyone all the way up to where the projects are at, where Stanley Black and Decker. I don't know if they bought that. I don't think so.
Do you have do you have a spare cell phone, or because what you should do is get an EMF meter and fucking see what kind of shit that thing's putting out.
It's a good idea. Can I do that with my cell phone?
Yeah, you can, but you won't be able to film at the same time.
Maybe I could take my laptop with me. I have other cell phones, but they're broken.
You need your cell phone because it's got a GPS tracking in it. It's got a little magnet that spins and tracks your.
I'm gonna have to get me another cell phone to try
that
it.
tracks magnetic waves and electrical signals.
And you know what's very interesting about this land? Hold on, let me pull up because I have these pictures. I erased a lot of them because I was taking pictures of the properties and stuff. All right, here. Oh, I did save these buildings. Okay, cool. I saved 3 good pictures. All right.
People have successfully had these data centers taken out of their areas. So, if you start making some noise about it, you could get some traction.
You see that building in the back there?
Kind of.
The gray building. My aunt used to work there. That's the Stanley. No. Let me think. I don't know if that's the Stanley Black & Decker. I think that's past that building. But the reason why I took this picture is you could see it has its own electric generating facility. You see it right there? That's. Okay. I used to throw stones at that, and when you would hit it, it'd go bing, bing. It would make these noises.
Wow.
It's electricity. That thing hums so loud.
Mm-hmm.
It's an above ground electrical, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if that lights up houses, but I think it's only for the factory. I don't know. It might be for the neighborhood too.
Yeah.
Because when I can remember lightning striking that, I can remember the power going out because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But this right here is those twin buildings. This is the whole other side from where I showed you with this. If you went in this fence and right in front of that brick building, like you could walk. I'm gonna do a video and it'll be much better, but you could walk up and you would come out this way. You would come walking towards where I'm at with the camera.
Yeah.
You could drive back there. And you see this fence right here? That's a tunnel that goes under the road to the other side that I just showed you. You'll come out on the other end over there. Because Stanley works. But this is the parking lot where these 2 buildings are. I don't know what they're going to do with them.
They could fill it with computers.
Probably. It's going to be terrible. Yeah. And the only reason I could think they're doing this here is because of the three reservoirs that are huge that we have. They're going to use our fucking drinking water and bathing water to cool those places. This is terrible.
Yeah.
Because the people in Tennessee that have one of these parks are getting sick. And everything around them is getting sick. The birds, the animals, the people. And they're complaining, and the government ain't doing shit. It's gonna come down to us having to do it ourselves, man. And I'm not gonna say what's gonna need to be done, so I'm not gonna incriminate myself, but you guys can picture it.
Yeah.
We have to put boots on the ground. I wouldn't be surprised if just them mother, I don't know what to call them. They're not motherboards.
There are better communication systems than these systems they have. They're magnetic systems, light systems that work much better, but they don't want to use the ones that are healthy and won't damage you and can't control you, unfortunately.
I forgot what are them things called I just showed? The data set. Well, anyway, those computers. It's terrible stuff. You know what's crazy? It's like I've foreseen this because I was doing a live stream one summer day. It was late. I think it was like 1 a.m, and I was going to get some herb from a friend. And when I was walking by there, they were doing so. I didn't know that that's what it was going to be, but they had a sign up, coming soon, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
And they were putting that stuff up. And no wonder that cop came out of nowhere. They were like watching that place real crazily. I'm thinking, why are they so serious about a fucking abandoned factory? Well, now I know. And then my second question is, 2020, that project started. It's 26 years later. That's $1 billion project. Where's the money? How come no one's working there? Where did that billion go? Where I live, there's 3 projects going on. You got the $1 billion data center. You got the, I think it's the stupid fucking Beehive walkway right on the side of the highway and all that. That is going to be, I think that's 19 million.
Wow.
None of this stuff's bringing money to our city. It's just spending money. What the fuck is going on? You know, how's that making America better? That's what it says. A project of making America better. It's a fucking joke, man. It's a slap in our face. It's going to make the people sick.
Yeah. Here, I'm sharing a document. I want you to look at so you get the idea that you don't need these vaccines or anything for them to track you or do things to you. So this is dynamic channel allocation for interference mitigation and relay-assisted wireless body networks. What this does is it talks about how they can best use the signals and get them through. But the important part is here. These are the relay and node positions on the human body that naturally come with us. These are not implanted. This is just your human body. We are a transmitter ourselves. We produce electricity around 20 watts, and we transmit, but we also make great receivers. And this is how they get into the human body, is through these nodes and relay systems. I'll post a link for this as well for you. That's how it works.
All right, I'm back. And I hate I missed the demonstration.
I'll post that in the private chat for you too.
Oh yeah. I need that link for the. I wanted to look at that nanotech stuff.
Oh, okay.
You could maybe put it in the back. Because I'd have to go into YouTube to look for
the
it.
corona. Okay, hold on.
JK said, we're trying to catch, hold on, I'm going to put it up here too. We're trying to catch up with China because they are a decade ahead with AI development, which is synthetic Chinese robots that are built for war. Now, I seen something on China. I don't know if this is AI generated or real, but they had the Shaolin monks on stage. And they had the robots fighting like the Shaolin monks. And I said to myself, if this is real, China already has a fucking military of these robots. I guarantee it. I guarantee China has thousands of these robots, at least 50,000 of them ready for war. That's a problem. Now the U.S., they probably have some too, but I guarantee you U.S. has at least 80,000 UFOs. That's what U.S. is into. They want a fleet of fucking like the Germans had.
Mm-hmm.
The Germans had UFOs. They had the, they were called the Bells or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they had, and it made me think, someone's genius to think when you hit a bell, and the resonance of a bell, you can create something to float. That's fucking genius.
Mm-hmm. Like Iglock or something, they called it, something like that. German for bell. think there was a little more to it. I probably had, like you've seen on some of these things, they have small ball-shaped things. Those look like the anti-gravitic devices, but the resonance of the vehicle itself could have a lot to do with it.
That's interesting, JK. So you're saying they dump these containers? What's in there? Robots waiting to be triggered? No. That would be wild. These
yeah, we have an
awake.
We have an open port pretty much for China too, and they bring in thousands of containers, and you have no idea what can be in them. They have rocket systems that they've designed for containers, and yeah, they could be full of robots. Who knows?
That's wild.
Fucking DARPA dogs, fucking on top of each other with, various weapons. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Paul from Newcastle said the robots could be making robots, like the movie 9. What Life? I think you left earlier. I had caught one of your live streams. I was shocked to see you go live. So, but this was maybe a month ago, maybe, or a few weeks ago. I don't remember. But yeah, I was listening in.
You don't need 2,000 years to make robots. You can make it right now with the blueprint.
Yeah, I think robots are nothing new. I think even the old world had robots. They want us to believe we started from caves and shit. That's a crock of shit, man.
Yeah, in the betas, they talked about an artificial dude. He took his head off and had it fly and all this other stuff. Yeah, they had artificial intelligence.
Yeah, the Vedas, people don't know, but India is very ahead of the game with technology. People in India are very good hackers. They know the computers very well. Yeah. Here in where I live in the city, they got, these guys take apart phones. They know the motherboards of the phones. They know how to take stuff out that can stop the government from doing this or that. They know all that. They know the whole layout. And I'm about to take my phone to one of them and have them hook it up. Because, see, one thing about the phones is the battery. They put an end to you being able to, as soon as you pull your battery out, the tracking and listening is over with. But now you can't do that. You could, but you got to take your phone apart.
Drag the woman by her hair. They were well clubs. They drag the flesh by the heritage, like weld clubs, like welding.
What if Jesus was the first baby born from, what's that called? What is it called when you put the sperm manually into the woman?
Artificial insemination.
Yeah, I've said this a million times.
Apparently, there are actually cases of virgin births like that. It's actually a real scientific thing.
Because that's the only way I could think of this so-called God having sex with a virgin, is them doing that. People really think that God came from the sky and had sex with a woman. Like,
there are cases of virgin birth in history. It does happen in the animal kingdom as well.
Depends on what the sky is.
What's that, Yahweh?
It depends on what a sky is. Like, a sky could be can I say like coming out of a cave or something?
I forgot what native tribe said they came out of the ground. It makes me wonder. That's why I say there's cities underground, like the Navajo.
Yeah, the ant people in the Hopi had ant people that came up from underground.
Yeah. I think there is cities underground. There's a whole
In
network.
Africa, they have the Chitahuri lizard people that live underground.
Wow. I bet you there is a city because I forgot what movie it was, but they went underground. I think it was in one of my favorite movies. Not not Harry Potter, but there was another series like Harry Potter. What was it called? Had the wizard, and they would go underground.
Yeah.
And the city was Hades. They were going to talk to Hades underground. Remember, and it had like he had built this thing of like, yeah, Chronicles of Narnia. That's one of them. Yep, I love that movie. And they were going underground to meet with Hades, and he had this like fucking device, this huge like maze or puzzle that it would crush you if you got stuck.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it's hard to, like how could I explain it?
Like a labyrinth, right?
Yeah, it's like booby traps and shit. In
Yeah.
order to get to this city, you had to, to get to that place, you had to make it through all this maze and shit.
Yeah.
Charles Baggins or Babbage.
What?
That was his name too, Charles Baggins or whatever.
Okay.
He said Babbage, but
yeah.
There's tons of old cosmology that shows the big tree at the center, and that's how you enter. But I think there's other entrances and cave systems all around this realm to get underground, and that's probably why the Grand Canyon, a good area of it, you cannot go, and I guarantee you that's one of the entrances to go.
We don't even know how far the tunnels under the Egyptian pyramids go. We have no idea, or the Seraphim. There's those fucking holes in the ground that are filled with water all the time.
Yeah.
How far down does that go? I don't know.
Right.
Is that where they meet? That could have been where they meet up with the merman.
You've read those books too, some of them, Max. The book of Homer, I think. But I read this PDF file, and it had to do. Remember, I talked about the giant tree, the huge trees, and this was in Australia, Aboriginals. But then I read another one about, I think it had to do with India. Or no, I was looking for Shaolin Temple stuff, and I came across this PDF, and it talked about underground, under these Shaolin temples, they had underground tunnels that connected all around this realm. There was one Shaolin temple that connected to a temple in Mexico.
Yeah.
And they would walk it went under the ocean and everything. These temples are connected all over this realm. But I think they're trying to hide all this from us. I wouldn't doubt if there's Tesla, what's his name? Fake Tesla there. What's his name? I always forget his name. Yeah, Musk. He's supposed to, he wants to make a train that goes from London to somewhere in the US, New York, I think. And I'm thinking, it's probably already there, and they're going to say, we're going to build it, right? But it's already fucking there. They already got trains connected everywhere. And I want to find these underground labyrinths, man. You may be talking about the movie Pan's Labyrinth. That's a good movie, too. As above, so below, as within, so without. And there's the cosmology I subscribe to is Mount Meru is just they say it's a mountain, but I think it's a tree stump of the huge tree that was at the center, and the roots to that tree is connected to like that I always forget a Devil's Tower. you know, other big trees like that. And if you look at South America, there's tons of plateaus or what's the other word? Mesas that are tree stumps. And in Africa, there's tons of them too.
Yeah.
The ley lines could be the tree roots. All this coal, where's all this coal coming from? Fucking the old tree roots. You got silver veins and gold veins and all this stuff that could have been part of the ley lines. This big motherboard.
Mm.
You know, and what's that lady's name? I shared her channel the other day. Damn it. How come I always forget her name? Damn it, I love her channel. She talks about how the motherboard was overloaded with energy, and that's why if you look at the coasts on every continent, they broke off and fell into the ocean. But also, there's cities under these oceans. Where the fuck did this ocean water come from? That's the question. Because I don't think the oceans have always been here this high.
No. There was a time before rain even. That was written about in the Book of Giants. It hadn't rained ever.
Interesting. Interesting. Michelle Gibson, it came to me. Thank you. The ancestors looked out. They put the thought in my mind. Yeah, Michelle Gibson. Her channel is awesome. Her theories about the lighthouses. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Even the Great Lakes. There's a few structures in the Great Lakes that are mind-blowing. Like, if these people only had horse carriages, they were building structures in the Great Lakes. How the fuck did they do that? With just horse carriages? Like, you got to see some of this stuff. It don't even make sense.
Yeah.
Our history books are all lies.
Yeah, earlier you were talking about graphene. Here's what they can do with graphene in your body. All the things.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to.
Shit.
I don't think he answered me. What's his name? Yeah, I want to know about this graphene in these headphones because I got a pair right here. I bust open right now. I got a couple pairs.
Yeah.
That are like broken. I got one pair right here. I'll bust those open. That's what I want to do. Bust them open. Fucking nose. I had the worst sinus infection, man. And headache, sore throat. It came right when that fucking snowstorm hit. What are they putting in that snow, man? I never get sick either, ever. I haven't got sick in fucking 8 years.
This is Joe King's video.
When did he put this out?
I don't know. It's only 4 minutes. Let's listen. Can we listen to it?
Yeah, of course. I'm surprised I didn't get a thing on it.
Nito Mussolini, Mr. Mustache.
Pull it back. I gotta get my headphones on. I won't be able to hear it.
Oh, they got fascists in their hands.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Symbol of power.
Hello, everybody. What are these things anyway? I know we've all wondered. Look at all these different types. Got a few very interesting ones here. Wikipedia says the bundle of wooden rods, sometimes with an axe. Yeah,
even the axe head. The axe head, it wasn't. I don't think it was an axe head. I think it was like a bell, and people just stylized it as an axe head.
Axe originating in it's Italian. Look at
there's
Jordan's
a real
one.
fascist.
He likes it big. go ahead and Abe likes to have 2 of them. So my favorite one's coming up right here. It's got a little hat on it. That's my favorite. Wikipedia says it's a bundle of wooden rods. It's an Italian symbol originating from the Etruscan civilization, so it's Etruscan. And it symbolizes the Roman king's power to punish his subjects. But the weird thing is, it's on our modern Mercury dime. It's behind the podium of the House of Representatives. It's on the seal of the United States Senate, even though Benito Mussolini and Mean Mr. Mustache used to use it because it had its own mythological meanings. So why would we go ahead and include it in our situation here? Now, we've all seen the video coming up here. We've got the guy with the little magnetic machine that he goes ahead and takes this thing, rolls it up into a little burrito, and shoots a rod. Puts a rod in the back of it. Camera cuts, and then it shoots in the wall at an angle, but ends up in the wall straight. And it's just not a feasible application for a weapon. It just doesn't make any sense at all to shoot one rod at a time if that was the purpose of this thing. And then one day into my feed, I saw this. And this is the Lorentz cannon. You can go ahead and look up the Lorentz cannon video and check it out. That's a Lorentz force. The thing is just, it's a beast. It shoots a little, you can see a little projectile come out. It's got a wire on it.
Wow.
And it makes a circuit there and just explodes. And then he turns up the power, does it again. And then the last time he shoots it, it shoots into a television set and doesn't break the screen, but it blows the electronics out the top of it, because that's supposed to be the application for it. It's supposed to take out electronics. Now, the guy who invented it, this guy's name is Greg Lee, and he's from the Survival Research Labs, and they make weapons and they put on performances with a unique set of ritualized interactions between mechanics, robots, and special effects. Okay, this guy started this thing 30 years ago trying to make this, and he recently was able to complete it. And in this video, he gives you the idea that he's just a regular guy and he's just getting some nuts and bolts put together. But this is totally a government operation. There's no way he could be up on this roof making all this noise. Supposedly you can hear it for miles. And it's all government funded. And don't be scared. Don't have fear with this thing. No big deal, honestly. He says that if he could make a 30-foot high, it's called a Marksbank that it's sitting on, that makes the power of that thing behind him. And he said if he had a 30-foot high one, he could shoot it 3/4 of a mile. So, I mean, that's the type of stuff that'll vaporize you. Don't get too worried about it. No fear. Just, think positive, dude.
Yeah, it's like same components, just wired a little bit differently.
I'm going to go ahead and show you his survival research. That's it right there. Have a good one. Think positive.
Yeah, I can see how you get that effect out of a Fache. It's just wired differently. Cool.
Good shit, Joe.
Yeah,
Good
nice
shit.
video,
Like
Joe.
that.
Good stuff.
Good stuff, for sure. Real Watt Life says, in my mind, it seems like if they could direct that energy into a television, then they could redirect it out of a television.
Yeah, a lot of bleed comes out of televisions and screens. And the LED lights in our screens right now are meant to interact with your DNA. That's what they're going to use them for. So it was actually a good thing in the U.S. that Mr. Trump there, he unbanned incandescent bulbs for you guys. Apparently they were banned completely.
Trump. Yeah.
It was one of the actually good things he did.
Shit, if we were rich, he would have gave us some money, you know? As soon as he
I
got
heard,
in,
I
he
heard
looked
you guys
out
are
for his
getting a
buddy.
check. I heard you guys are getting like a check.
Yeah.
Supposed to
I
be
didn't
sending
hear
me
nothing.
about $3,000 or something.
Yeah, right. I didn't hear
I
nothing
don't know.
about that.
That's what I heard. Could be true, could be not. You guys will have to tell me. I don't live in the U.S.
I forget you don't. You live in Canada. Yeah, I didn't hear nothing about that. And it's probably for only certain people. Last time we got a check that was for the lockdown. They gave us a little measly $1,000,
Yeah.
which whatever, I'll take it. But
Yeah, they
I
gave
heard
us money too, and then they asked for 50% of it back from everybody.
in Canada,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, they fucked up a lot of people royally.
The people in the parliament are scumbags, man.
Yeah.
It's worldwide scum.
Yeah, we had my wife got forced out of work because of this stupid thing, and then yeah, we had to pay back half of the money that they gave us.
What?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gave them nothing.
Well, they told us they could do that right from the beginning when they handed it out. They said at the beginning.
Oh, they took it right from the. Oh man.
They told you right at
That's
the beginning
scum
that
shit,
they may
man.
ask for it back. They can ask for half of it back.
That's some scum shit. Joe King has dropped another video. Hold on. I got an alert for this one. It says Joe King explores the realm inside 712 Main Street, Houston, Texas. Always going into the church there for the architecture.
Nice.
Let me see. I'll see if I can get the link. Hold on. Yeah, let's go. Let me check this out. Get the link. Come on. Do. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat for people to watch, and then I'll put it in the back. That's Joe King's new video. Here's in the private chat. Oh, what did I do wrong? I don't know if you could play it. I don't know how long it is. It's probably not that long.
There's a private chat there.
Naga Yahweh.
I'm here, y'all. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not even subbed to you, Joe King. There we go. I'll sub you up.
Yeah, Joe King's. He had an interesting video in Texas where he went on this. I don't want to call it a walkway, but more or less, it was a pile of stones that went out into the gold.
There, I'm sharing the video.
Okay, and yeah, I wonder where all those big stones came from. Oh yeah, my bird, my favorite bird. Always, Joe. I definitely support your work, man. Joe's like me, man. We put boots on the ground. Wow, look at that, man. That's some amazing stuff. Look at the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at this, man. Let me guess. Is this a bus terminal or a train terminal?
Train, probably. Yeah. They always have these great halls in them. Or they always build them on these great halls.
Someone's giving a tour.
See, that second floor looks like it was added. Right?
There's always some lady giving a tour, telling lies.
Yeah, that's probably the real
Chase
size of the
Bank.
door.
Joe
The whole
says
thing.
it's Chase Bank.
Wow.
It's always a bank or a library or a post office or
Yeah.
a courthouse.
Like, why do you need a 50-foot fucking roof in a bank when you're just, you know?
Wow. Yeah, where's all our gold? Is it in this bank? Look at the floor, though, man. That's got to be granite or something. There's some big tiles.
We've got Bank President Ben Love over on the other end.
They're really giving tours in a bank. That's crazy. It must be. It can't be that broke. Usually when they give tours, they're trying to like steer you away from the truth. That's a beautiful building, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, Joe. Too bad they wouldn't let you go up them stairs or in the sides over there. I bet you there's a basement to this place.
Probably.
Man. Yeah, I've always noticed that food shortage is coming. Who's kicking this fair out?
Oh, good catch, Tommy. The menorah was right there as well. Okay.
Yeah, I seen that, but it had 9. It didn't have 7. It had 9. I counted them real quick. It had 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, food shortages. Like, I'm just so sick and tired of this fear porn, and sick and tired of having to worry about shit like that with these politicians, man.
Yeah.
Like, I wish we lived in the 1700s where people didn't play this shit, man. They would fucking run up in your house and snatch you up and slam it in your fucking face. You know, people didn't play this shit back in the days. Nowadays, people are soft, man. We just roll with the punches, I guess.
Yeah.
Violence isn't the answer. Just turn your cheek and walk away. Let them poison us. Ooh.
All right. I got to get going.
It'll be okay. All right, Max.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, man, for coming up. It's good to see
problem.
you. I know it's been a while.
Yeah. All right. You guys have a great day. Everybody in chat.
You too, Max.
You too.
See you, Yahweh.
All right. Have a great life.
Hey, that's right. I think the real Wild Life. I think. Are you the one that was growing food in like the desert? I seen a video of someone from the community, if that's what you want to call it. But I remember they lived in sort of like the desert, and the sand, the person I was watching had to bring in topsoil, but they were saying the sand was like an excellent source and their food was growing rapidly in the desert. And, you know, because a lot of people say, oh, you can't grow nothing in the desert, which happens to not be true. Have you ever tried to put copper with, like, I heard back in the days they used to put like copper with the crops and it would grow real good because it allows the energy to flow even more. I'm gonna have to check Wildlife's videos. Oh, it says it right there. In Georgia. So no, that's not you. My bad. It was right in my face. Damn it. Oh, you grow in containers. raised beds, and in-ground. I'm looking to expand to some hydroponic aspects of growing this year. Interesting. Hydroculture. Yeah, I'm trying to find someone that has land and that wants to like break free from the grid, the system of trash, and just live off the land and grow their own food. Because I would work my ass off. I know, I'm not a master carpenter, but I know enough to build stuff. And I would love to live in the middle of nowhere on a piece of land. I'm tired of cities. I'm tired of people that were sleepwalking. Tired of all that shit, man. This whole gig is fucking ridiculous. Electrical is a good job. Shit would probably be even better if you're growing food on a ley line, and then you use the electroculture. That would be dope. But yeah, I gotta jump off here too. I stayed on a little extra hour.
Okay, brother. I'll come back in the next time.
All right, Yahweh, have a good day. Thanks for coming up. And I've got a wee lodge away. The road got neighbors, but they're old and cool, so all good. Shit, anywhere away from the city's good, man. Especially if you're away from the coast. The way things are, I don't live in like fair, but the way things are going, you never know with anything with these fucking losers. The best way would be, I don't think, the only way I would go to war is if my life is in danger. They were pulling some shit. But other than that, the best way, I don't know. If we were to just walk away from the system, the parasites are still lingering. That's not a good thing, because then they still got their military and stuff like that, man. Like, I don't have all the answers. I don't know. But as long as the parasites are lingering, that's a dangerous outcome. Well, yeah, I'm about to jump off here, man. If it's near the coast, as long as you're high up. Like, I'm in Connecticut. I'm pretty high above sea level. The only issue is I'm near the Connecticut River. Not super close, but close. But pretty far away from the coast. About an hour from the coast. Maybe less than that, 45 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta start cleansing the body more too. I'm learning more and more about plants and how plants are the best medicine. But peace to everybody, man. Appreciate everyone coming through. And I'll probably be live tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everyone, and or evening, wherever you are. And just stay positive, man. These scumbags will get crushed like roaches one day. I'm out, everyone. Peace.